Good morning, if it's still morning. Y'all can hear me okay? I don't want to lean into the microphone. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Refugio Navejas. People call me Ref for short, so Ref is simple. I am a process technician for Curva Manufacturing. I'm privileged to present our training strategy, and I hope you find it proves to be insightful and engaging. Now this timeline outlines a standard training process in manufacturing today. A new process is assigned to engineering, along with a process technician and EHS member, to develop training materials by gathering consumables, tools, and media while ensuring safety precautions. From there, the process technician implements the gathered materials to create a step-by-step process in the Dozuki authoring tool. And the execution occurs upon manufacturing request, with the process technician providing training for designated associates and leaders. After training, we collect the data in Dozuki, which documents completed guide courses for associates and serves as proof of the training. So now what's next? And where do we go from here? Well, SharePoint is next. SharePoint is a collaborative platform for storing, managing, and sharing information and documents. It allows the creation of team sites to optimize document libraries and enhance teamwork through content management and communication tools. We are also adjusting our execution strategy. Section leaders will now take on greater responsibility for training with our ongoing support through SharePoint for information and the material. Now, how can SharePoint enhance operations? SharePoint is a valuable tool for associate success. While many complete Dozuki training, they often don't revisit the material. By allowing associates to search for manufacturing training content, we can help them stay informed and enable management to assist others needing additional training. The document library offers digital access to this information anytime, with future plans for tablets, podiums, and monitors for on-demand access. I'm excited to share that there is a QR code for you to scan. So please log in with your Microsoft and Okta accounts. If you have any issues, I will have the video playing. If everyone has a James Avery account. Now, what if I told you we could place a QR code in a specific department with the necessary information, such as the Dozuki training guide? What if it were possible to scan the QR code to bring up instructional videos focused on a specific process or a safety measure? Now, you might ask, how would an associate scan the QR code if they're unable to use their phone? Well, as mentioned earlier, we can equip the department with tablets that associates can use to access the information. This includes resources like Dozuki, process-specific guides that pertain to certain tasks. We are even looking into how work instructions can be implemented from PDM. And yes, also instructional videos created to keep our associates safe, like the one we just watched. Our key takeaways. Process technician will continue to support with current and accurate information of the material, while SharePoint QR codes will enable section leaders and associates to obtain up-to-date and correct knowledge whenever they need it, without depending on process technicians or management leads being accessible to provide the refresher. And the section leader will now take ownership of the training the associates. In the end, our website serves one single purpose. Although the layout is subject to change in the future, the intent is still going to be the same, and that is focus on our associates getting the knowledge they need when they need it. Questions?
So just to add to this real quick, as Paul was alluding to earlier, these key initiatives don't really die. So MPM, bringing that up again, sorry, is also looking at another phase of this, right? And part of that phase is to add tablets at every work center, which you can imagine a program like this could bear a lot of fruit relative to training in real time, when you see that at Bench would have every tablet to be able to review all of these guides in real time. So that's another advantage to this project that is going to bear fruit in the future.
Yes.
Questions? Go.
So what's the average time that it takes per SKU for you to do the Dazuki video and training? I mean, how many hours does it take you on it?
To create the training video or the training material?
Correct.
It would depend on the process. So the longer, more meticulous the process, it would take a little longer just to edit and cut the video. Probably I would say maybe a day or so of just, working on that. Yes.
If there are process improvements made, who is the one that's gonna go back and make sure that these are updated?
So that is up in the air right now. Right now, it's me. I make sure that everything is up to date and correct, and that the correct information is going to get to the associate. And that's the beauty with SharePoint, is that it allows us to show the associate what we want them to see.
Other questions? One thing I want to point out here that the team's working on with this, right? If you think back in the large growth we had during COVID, one of the major challenges we faced was bringing on team members and training them adequately, right? I mean, let's all be honest, when we brought a lot of folks in really fast, we didn't do the best job of training, right? And we saw that impact our productivity, our quality, and our turnover, right? That was because we had one centralized group that could train our associates. This gets us to the scale to where the knowledge is developed, the training is there, and then it's able to be scaled across using the mini-company philosophy, where our section leads become those trainers, right? So when we get into, and we're starting that now, where we're hiring again, right? So we're able to train at multi-facilities and multi-processes all at the same time using this core content that allows us to scale and be ready for that next wave of growth, right? We're thinking today, hey, we've got 3 to 4 facilities we're trying to train in. You saw the graph John put up here on the right-hand side. In 2035, $1 billion company. That's going to take a lot more than what we have today, right? And to continue to do that, we've got to be able to scale and leverage. So this is a great project. This one is very forward-looking, as Steve mentioned. We got the first steps here. We're going to tie into MPM, and eventually it'll become much more viable as we add on additional sites.
I was just curious, are you trying to move away from Dazuki to SharePoint as your single source of training, or do you foresee like both of those tools being?
Right now, Dazuki is our main tool for creating the material, but it's just a tool. That can change at any moment. But right now, we do utilize Dazuki for the initial training, because that records our data of who took it, of when they took it. SharePoint helps distribute the data to associates that already have that knowledge. They just need a refresher to go back, and a lot of the times they can do that with Dazuki, because they'll need a process technician or management involved or to that nature.
Understood, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you ever envision that if we continue to scale this and propagate this out, this capability, that at a product launch, they would be the origination of the content, getting the...
We were looking at that at some point. Working with product development definitely would help, especially for the training side. If both of us were one at some point, we'd be able to delegate this a lot better. Right now, we do run into those issues where there's a lot of miscommunication when it comes to bringing in new processes and stuff like that. So hopefully this will change that.
Yeah, to add to that, right now, we've got the process tech group and the PL group is kind of separate, right? This year in the budget, we have a head count for training, development, communication role, and that will help, and it'll work with PL and process techs, because what we run into is pulling the process techs off the floor, take away from some of that tactical development. So that's in the budget this year. We're looking at being able to supplement, which would allow that coupling of PL, PD down to process tech, so that it wouldn't be developed at a time. Great questions. Others? All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Let's do one more round of appreciation, but that was great work. Really exciting, stuff coming out. So I've been with the company for almost 9 months, and I think this is the second time I've been asked to speak at something. And both times they put me right before lunch. After you've been sitting all day, your brain is full, your belly is empty. So I'm beginning to get a complex, you don't want your